Hey guys, and welcome back to the third video in our power leveling series here in Dungeons. And today we'll be doing just SM Graveyard paired with a bit of SM Armory. And that'll give us enough time for cooldowns on resets as well as preventing lockouts. So hopefully you've enjoyed the previous two videos, which was RFC and SFK. And now it's going to start getting a little interesting in SM because you can prevent all lockouts and you can get extremely efficient with all your pulls and make some really good times when you're clearing everything. So firstly, obviously I don't have anyone with me. Um, you don't need anyone. Obviously I could show the run with a group of 4 people or whatever, but I'm too lazy to just put a group together right now. You don't need any help when you're clearing this when you're power leveling. So if you have the minimum level coming in here, which is 21, they can sit and all do nothing. Now, typically when I do these runs, they're going to be standing right at these stairs and they're going to stay there. A lot of the times you're going to have people that want to run up and see what you're doing and all that stuff, which means the mob that's now dead here, which was here, would be pulled. So when you're pulling into this room, if you were to pull this mob, it's going to reset back, and if any of them run up anywhere close to it, they're going to take aggro on it and die while you're doing the pull in the other room. So to prevent any of that happening, I normally just kill the first mob here. We're going to start our timer here, and we're just going to pull. So we're going to leave that one out there. We're going to pull the caster here, and we're going to pull this corner here. We're going to leave this for now. Because the least amount of mobs hitting us while we counterspell pull that, the better. Now we're going to pull that with our Arcane Explosion, and then the other corners over here, as well as the one mob outside. We're going to sit here and we're just going to let everything stack and clump up. We're going to Nova out, Rebarrier, just in case, just out of habit, just in case something resists. You don't want any pushback or anything like that. Obviously no one's with me, but I have a macro that I spam that says just cast Blizzard and heal or whatever. And you want to spam that after you've already done your shatter or right when it's about to finish. That way by the time they start casting, you've already gotten your damage off and they can't really risk breaking your Nova and ruining your shatter, getting you kicked or anything like that. So that's the first pull. They're gonna all be looting over there. There's normally a chest in here. Most of the time it's locked. If the chest is not in there, there's 3 other spots in here that it could be. It'll be on the right side right here. Either here or here. It'll be on the left side either here or here, or it'll be in the boss's room. So while they're all looting and everything over there, you're just going to come up here, you're going to barrier up and all that stuff, drink up. And when they're done looting, they're going to stay at the bottom of the stairs. There's no reason for them to come up at all. A lot of these mobs will be spawning ethereal ghosts, elite ghosts, so you don't want any of them getting spawned on them over there. And you'll be blocking these pulls twice. So again, you don't want them in range. It's good to have a fast wand here because you're going to want to be pulling and you don't want to have, 20 mobs or whatever on you while you're doing your pulls. And have them hitting you while you're sitting there trying to get the wand off. So you're going to pull all this stuff here. You're going to group them all up here. You're going to Nova and you're going to Rebarrier. And that's going to give you enough time with all of them off you to pull these 2 up here. And any mobs that may be here. So right here, you're going to Cone of Cold just to slow everything. If you want to rank 1 Cone of Cold, go ahead. You're going to pull as much on this side as well as the middle as you can. And the reason for that is this first pull, killing them, is going to be the easiest because you're going to be blocking and you're going to be snapping for your next block, which means you're going to be able to shatter twice. So you're going to barrier up, mana shield, and all that stuff. You're going to let them group up. You're going to S key out. I always S key out. I prefer it just because I don't know what it does to the leeway, but I seem to get one shot less often like this. You're just going to shatter, snap, shatter, kill them all. That is your first pull. Typically, I'd have them just stay down there. They could sneak up and loot or whatever and then go back down, but sometimes they're slow or they just don't do it, or there's a mob that passed, like the ghosts that you may have missed that could be down there that are pathing down and they'll aggro them while they're there. So typically I just have them stay down there. You can pull the entire graveyard in one pull. It is kind of sloppy when you're doing it. It's a little less efficient, could lead to mistakes, and it would force you to have to do something else after this run on top of the additional pull in Armory in order to prevent any lockouts. So I just like pulling like this, and yeah, that's how we do the pulls. I'm most likely not going to need this mana ruby up, but we'll just get it anyway. Just in case. The second pull is always going to be a block followed by a shatter blink with an Evo. And the Evo is pretty much always required. Again, depends on your gear. But it adds a lot of safety to the run, especially if you're mana shielding to prevent you from getting one shot or taking too much damage coming out of block. You're going to aggro these, you're going to counterspell that, and you're going to reset your barrier as soon as you drop here. And then that's going to give you a barrier and a timing to aggro everything over here. And aggro this side as well. So right now we have 13 seconds left on our barrier. We're just going to stall a bit. You can take some damage here, it doesn't really matter. You're going to blink back to this side. You're going to mana shield up, you're going to keep running, and you're going to barrier. And then you're going to sit here and you're going to block again. So this is going to gather up everything again, the other side. Like the first time, you're going to cancel block and S key out. Sometimes they will one-shot your berry here, which is why I like having mana shield up. Just in case they spawn ghosts on me, I'll prevent any knockback while I'm casting Flame Strike trying to get the shatter off. You're going to get your Evo off here, and you're just going to AoE them down like normal. And that is Graveyard. So it's about 6 minutes. They're going to loot and everything. They're going to be running up now. They're going to loot this first pack there, the second pull there. In the meantime, if you need a mana ruby or something, or rebuff or make new food or water, any of that, you can do that on the way out while they're looting everything. They're probably going to get out at like 8 minutes, 8.5 minutes, something like that. And now we're going to head to Armory. So we're going to most likely total would be about 10 minutes, which means depending on how quick you are or how slow you are, most likely you won't get locked out. When I did this, I have never really gotten locked out. Mostly by the time, especially if you're looting or something or not looting, their bags are going to fill up pretty quickly. So even if you do get locked out and have to wait maybe like 5 or 10 minutes in order to continue going again, you can just port everyone to Undercity. They can just sell, clear their bags, and then come back. So again, like the first one, you're going to be carrying level 20s here. These mobs are even harder, or sorry, higher level than the ones in Graveyard, which means they're going to aggro. If you have any 21s, they're going to aggro as soon as they walk in the dungeon. So again, you just want to clear them out just to prevent anyone from dying. And you are going to barrier up. So when I do Armory, I'll do Armory, a full Armory, you'll see in the next video. Armory and Cath, when I do that pairing. So the Armory will be done in 2 pulls. It'll be done by this Courtyard pull, and then the rest of the instance will be a second pull. If you do this Courtyard pull, depending on who else you have in your group, let's say you have like a 32 mage or any mage with like Blizzard or something, or maybe a good healer or a couple healers in your group, just depends on the makeup. You can even pull the second part down here. I'm not saying run all the way to the end of the instance, but as soon as you go down these stairs, you're going to pull the entire room before you hit the next stairs, bring them up, and then you're going to walk them behind this pillar here to LOS. They're going to come around. The reason I'm saying not to pull too much is because you're going to have to tank them, because you need your block timings for doing graveyard again. So you're not going to be able to block. That's why you're going to need a healer or just someone to help you out there. I know, but prematurely there. So I'm just going to shatter. Yeah, so you're just going to AoE these down. You're going to spam your macro. If anyone else is with you, they can just kill them or whatever. These would be dead, but I novaed way too early by accident, so take a little longer. And that's pretty much this pull. I'll show you the second part. I won't pull it, but I'll just show you what I mean. So they're going to be looting here. I don't need to drink because I won't take damage, but you're going to walk by this guy. He's going to aggro on me, so I'll just sheep him. You're just going to walk down here. I'm going to pull everything, but I'm not going to kill it, just to demonstrate what the pull would be like. So you're just going to come down to this side. You're going to wand, arcane explosion, just to tag everything. You're going to counterspell this guy in the far corner. You're going to blink up here. You're going to AoE that one, and you're just going to sit here. And you're going to tank them all out of LOS behind the pillar. And then you're going to group them up and just shatter them down. So because you're not going to be blocking that part, you're going to be taking quite a bit of damage, holding them there. You'll maybe lose like half your health or something like that. But if you have a healer with you, they could just heal you up and you can do an additional pull. But if I'm doing these two pairings, that's how I pull them. I do full graveyard, the first pull of Armory like that, and then I'll go and I'll reset graveyard and I'll do everything again. Because once you're done the first pull again back in graveyard and get to the actual graveyard itself, your snap will be back up, your blocks will be back up, and all the cooldowns align again. So you can just start the run from the beginning and just keep doing that over and over and over again. So hopefully you guys found that informative. Um, if you want, the next video is a lot better in terms of most likely what people are running the most, which is Armory and Cath. Both dungeons are done in 15 minutes total. If you're a bit slower on the runs or a bit more conservative, you'll still make extremely good time. You can easily do them in, say, 20 minutes total, which is significantly faster than what most people are selling runs and running them in. And obviously, you want everything to be as efficient as possible because you don't want to be sitting there all day just leveling, questing. Um, if you're on, say, a horde dominated server like Skeram is and your alliance, you're just going to be getting killed over and over again. Even most likely if you're questing on a horde dominated server like this one, as a horde, you're still probably going to get killed over and over. So if you just want to avoid all the deaths and all that kind of stuff, just level all the way to 60 through instances. And yeah, so hopefully everyone enjoyed and see you in the next video.